Well, good morning. Hey, actually, for real, good morning. It's Friday. Very happy. Best day of the week, in my opinion. It's Friday.
Shout out to the people who have jobs that this isn't their Friday.
I know, right? That sucks. I've always thought that, and I feel bad when I'm glad you brought that up, because I feel bad when I say, oh, it's Friday, and there's some person who works like Thursday to Monday or whatever. That
was my old job down in Arizona. Saturday was like our big day. It was our busiest day.
Yeah, it sucks. Then again, we get up every day at 3 a.m., so whatever.
Speak for yourself.
Boof.
I'm up at 4.
Good start on the text line from the 916. This is the most unprofessional radio show in the world. LOL. Maybe that's why we love it.
It is why you love it.
Listen.
Market research guy.
We've given up. We gave up a while ago on trying to be professional, listening to anyone, listening to consultants, trying to fit in. We just kind of talk. Basically, it's Kyle and I at a sports bar with you guys talking without the beer. Well, at least on my end. I don't know what's in Kyle's coffee cup.
Shh.
We just talk. We just talk and goof off and go with the whimsy of the day.
Well, and it's time to visit MaidaChevy.com and see who's made a great deal at Maida. It's not as if you or I are smarter than anybody listening necessarily.
Are smarter?
Than everybody listening.
Well,
we're definitely smarter than some people listening, because there are some real dummies.
I feel like we're dumber than most people listening.
That's okay. Right. Okay, right. And it would be us lying. One of the first things you told me when I started on the show was, "Hey, don't play up a bit."
No.
Don't play up a
side,
take.
A take. Correct.
Don't take a side just for the sake of doing it or for quote unquote good radio.
Hate that.
And I think that goes for you and I. We're not going to pretend. We're not going to sit here and pretend that we're super smart.
No, I don't like those people. They're very condescending.
Right. And I want to make radio that I would like listening to.
Yep.
And my least favorite shows to listen to are the ones where the people take themselves way too seriously.
That's whether it's on social media, whether it's on radio. Yeah. We live in a time where you have to be able to say, listen, I'm a moron just like you. I got kids, or I got 3 jobs, or whatever your challenge is. We just happen to be lucky enough and to appreciate being lucky enough for a limited time only, because jobs in this world of radio are few and far between.
Well, and that's just it. Is we get this is what we do. This is what we get to do.
It's a sandbox.
And to come in here and try and act like we're doing something super important.
No,
right.
We're not.
Right.
No, important is some guy is going to scrub up today and operate on a kid.
Right.
Somebody's doing research right now that will affect people.
You got people building houses and helping people and working in service industries.
And some of them are listening to us because they want to get away from the day-to-day garbage of their life.
Can you just imagine how awful it would be if we're like, okay, we're running down the MLB scoreboard today and we're going to break down all of these games. No. I didn't like the way the Phillies use their relievers.
I couldn't do that,
thoughts?
Man. I hear shows do that, and I that have the hot takes. And listen, we have 4 down territory, and we have hot takes, and we go back and forth, and we do sport rants. But I think the big problem is, and you shouldn't ever say this, but I really, for the most part, don't like sports talk radio. Most of the sports talk radio I listen to, I don't like. They're super, it's almost like they write the show going in and go, okay, listen, how are we going to get angry today?
Yeah.
And I can't do that.
Yeah, there's this constant need to make a viral clip.
Make our own viral clips. We got paid to pour water on Matt George yesterday.
That was awesome.
Where else are you going to have a job like that? You can go online and check that. Oh, by the way, new record for our video viewers yesterday. by a decent margin. Kings are back. We've seen our viewers kind of inch up as people get used to what's going on. Just go to cage2k.com, top right of the screen if you're on a desktop. If you're on a laptop, a phone or a tablet, just go to cage2k.com, kind of scroll down, and you can also go to the Cage2K YouTube page and see all our archive shows and how stupid we are. And we're dumb.
We do a lot of bits that you can't hear.
Yeah, and we try not to. Because let's be honest, 95% of our audience right now is audio.
Right.
But you're still going to get the audio end with extra. You'll be able to see the wheel spinning. You'll be able to see Matt look like he looked like a cat after he gave it a bath.
Yeah.
That's really what he looked like. What I didn't appreciate, though, was on the Facebook thread for our station where they posted the video. It turned very quickly from, oh, my God, Matt George is getting drenched, to, hey, Dave, share some food with Matt. I don't know if I like standing next to Matt, especially when he's drenched.
You could be the most in-shape dude ever, and you'd look fat.
Golly. If you took 10 Matts and lined them up next to each other, you'd look like a barcode. That guy needs to eat a sandwich. And then when he's wet and his clothes are sticking to him, you really see that. I mean, my God, he has to run around in the bathtub to get wet by the shower. He
has to jump in and out.
Yeah, it's bad. He has to plug the drain so he doesn't fall through. Yeah, that kid needs to. It'll catch up. Here's the thing. I look at a guy like Matt and I go, that was me. That was me. And then I got married.
Was it?
I was a beanpole throughout school. I was. Really was. I didn't really start getting a belly until, because you have to maintain some sort of something when you're single.
Sure.
There has to be something.
Right.
You try to.
I'm totally with you.
And in retrospect, I know that I didn't get my wife for my looks or my body. God, no. And I wasn't rich.
Yeah.
And this is, I get people coming up to me all the time. Hey now. In reality, I don't get anybody coming up to me ever, but I get people coming up to me all the time. They say, hey, your wife is gorgeous. You look like a failed science experiment. How'd you do it? How'd you do it, Dave? Is she blind? Is she write you off on her taxes? I will tell you.
Holding her against her will.
Well, there's something to that. I have always said the key this is just me, my opinion, but I found there are two keys for you fellow ugly men like myself. No, not one key, Kyle. Two keys.
1 minute.
No, two keys, not a minute. No,
I'm hitting this break in 1 minute.
Two keys. One, make them laugh.
Yep.
Two, feed them.
That's it.
So I got my wife. I made her laugh, and I know how to cook a little bit. I feed her. I make her laugh. Although we haven't talked in like 2 days, but it's like our biannual argument over something stupid. It's also
like the same one you had 6 weeks ago?
A few months ago. Anyway, so let's wrap up. We're not professional. We're very happy to have our job. We appreciate all of you out there. Feed and make people laugh. Matt George needs to eat a sandwich. We covered a lot.
Justin from Stockton checking in on the text line. Hey. When I first read his text, it looked like it said Justin from Stockton not checking in.
Oh, that would be kind of funny.
That would be really funny.
People don't check in. You guys are great, but can we get less cat soundboard? That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I think.
More cat soundboard.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen.
We have a big, giant show today. Don't we?
Yep.
Yeah, we do.
Did I not bring a thing into?
Yeah, I didn't bring it. Okay. That's okay.
We got a break right now.
We got a World Series entrant. We just need one more. We've got the Kings walking into the slaughterhouse tonight in New Orleans against the Pelicans. We had a little bit of football last night. And, hey, it's Friday. Sean Salisbury at 7:35. Dave Richard at 8:05. Simon Elliott, the manager of your Sac Republic, coming in at 8:35 to talk about tomorrow's playoff game. And Nostradamus. It's a big, fat, hairy show, and it starts next right here on Sports 1140 KHTK.
Now here's Carmichael Dave.
Raffy at the plate. Here's the pitch. And he swings and hits one in the air to left field pretty well. Back goes Kemp. Back toward the wall. Looking up. And this ball is gone. 3-run homer. Raffy Devers. 4-0 Red Sox.
Red Sox won. Red Sox punched their ticket to the World Series. Sorry, I'm trying to find something that's worth $8.54 on Amazon. Again, going back to how this show's unprofessional, so I can get free same-day delivery on a game that I just saw. I'm one of those suckers that gets sold by videos on Twitter.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever played the game Cards Against Humanity?
Of course.
Have you seen the game called What Do You Meme?
No.
Okay, imagine Cards Against Humanity.
Wait, yes.
Okay.
I've seen it, but I've not played it. I don't know how it works.
So imagine Cards Against Humanity, but someone will, you will have a handful of memes, and then the card is like, I don't know, whatever a card will say. I'm doing a poor job at this because the example I saw was a Trump one, and I don't want to get
please
it.
don't.
Yeah, I don't want to go there. And basically, whatever the card says, then you lay down a meme, something that you've seen, like a guy, the guy looking at the girl with his girlfriend there or whatever.
Sure,
and
yeah.
that's like your baseball team's in the World Series, and you try to match the funniest meme with the saying. That looks tremendous to me.
Yeah, it looks like fun.
And the ratings were very good on it. I always look at the ratings.
Can we play during the breaks?
Yeah, well, I'm going to get it today. I'll bring it in.
Okay, let's, you need 854? Do you want to?
No, here's the sad thing. I found it, and I was trying to hit order. I just ordered a giant bag of bags, like a box of bags of high-chew Japanese chewy candy. Have you ever had a high-chew? Have you ever had a high-chew candy?
No.
I will bring some in.
Isn't Haichu
Bless you.
Pikachu's evolution in Pokemon?
Probably. They're my new favorite candy, and I'm not really a candy guy, and I got the ones that are orange soda and regular soda flavored. Oh. Cola is an underrated
totally
candy
agree. Totally agree.
option. Speaking of that, also an underrated candy option, the Boston Red Sox. They're in the World Series.
They're going to win the World Series. They are.
Please be right.
The Boston Red Sox have been around since the beginning of time, and they've had some incredible players, and they've had some good teams. This is the best Red Sox team ever, and I think.
Wow.
No, it's not like that's not a hot take. Like,
wow.
They didn't win a World Series for however long, and when we go back in the next 15 or 20 or 25 years or whatever, we're going to look at this Red Sox team and be like, wow, that is one of the best teams ever assembled. They're incredible.
They're really good. And there's only one very slight scenario in which I will not be rooting. I'm being put in a spot where I'm going to be just head over heels, other than my Giants couldn't possibly root harder, is if the Brewers somehow come back.
Yeah.
But assuming they won't come back, and it's Red Sox Dodgers, man, I'm going to do everything to put a Boston hat on. Go Red Sox.
Yeah.
You have a theme song probably?
Yeah,
we'll
I'm sure
play
there's
it.
a theme song. We'll find it.
We will be the home of the Red Sox.
Yep.
Here in the morning. We'll be the home of the Red Sox. We'll root for them and Jackie Bradley Jr. and Mookie Betts. And, you get the point. You want me to name the whole roster?
Let's keep going.
Okay, all right.
We have to go.
Number 2.
He's here next to Mason. Mason hesitates, pulls the dribble back, now launches for the triple, and he scores 3. How about Frank Mason knocking down some shots here? Mason now has tied his career scoring high of 16 points. He scored 16 against the 76ers in Philadelphia. He's got 16 tonight, 5 of 10 from the floor, 5 of 6 at the line.
I appreciate you holding up the Go King sign for the video viewers.
Yeah.
Frank Mason is my kid's favorite player. Frank Mason
Smart.
are my favorite?
Frank Mason is my kid's. Frank Mason is if you said the
favorite player of
Kings
my kids.
front court players are my kid's favorite players.
My daughter, as innocent as she is, loves him because she loves his hair. In her words, she loves his hair when it sticks up. Sometimes he wears it down, but when he wears it up, she loves it. She's in love with him. And my son's favorite player, why? That's his jersey. He's got Mason on the back. See how that works?
Very cool.
See how that works?
I love it.
Kings go to New Orleans tonight. I wish I was on this trip, man. I'm very, very jealous of Jason Ross, who will be on the call tonight for Gary Gerald. Very jealous of Grant Napier, who hates New Orleans food.
I have never been to New Orleans, and hearing you talk about it, I got to go.
Kyle, you have to go.
No.
It's the greatest American city. It really is. Other than Sacramento, of course. Kings, Pelicans tonight, 5 o'clock. Later on today, we'll discuss how the Kings can avoid getting slaughtered by a team that just went into Houston and beat them by 97.
You can put it in the gumbo.
Let's not get started on that. Number 3.
On a second down and 11. Snap, quick throw, deflected, line of scrimmage, and intercepted. That's Todd Davis. Davis to the goal line. Touchdown, Denver. How about that start? Todd Davis, his first career interception.
Yeah, we get it. Oh, I intercepted a pass. Pick 6. Did it twice.
My stinger is so high right now.
Yeah, I'll bet. No, you know what? Good for him. Good for the Broncos.
Todd Davis went to Sacramento State, in case anyone missed that. Okay.
Boy, was that a drubbing.
It was tough.
A frank drubbing out there in the Valley of the Lost.
And when we talk about like radio people that come on and give their hot takes and stuff, like if somebody yesterday had the take like, oh, I like the Cardinals in this one.
I know.
Like where you're just firing off stupid takes.
Doesn't matter. Just throw it against the wall, see if it sticks.
Yeah.
You come in today, if you called the upset, hey, look at me, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and if you don't, you just ignore it.
Just ignore it. Nobody on this show picked the Cardinals to win, that's for sure.
Exactly. Go look at my picks column. It's right there.
45 burger. Ooh. Later on, well, listen, this isn't Broncos talk, don't get me wrong, but I'm telling you, this is an intriguing team. This team weirds me out. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them.
They're middle of the road. They're good enough to beat good teams sometimes, but they're not good enough to beat them consistently.
I'm holding a ticket in my hand. Oh, look, it's punched. It's punched by the Boston Red Sox. They're going to the World Series. We'll talk about that ticket. We'll talk about the World Series, and we'll talk about the dumb Dodgers and if they're going to join them here next, right here on The Drive. Sports 1140 KHTK.
This is Kyle Madson with your top stories on Sports 1140. The Red Sox are headed back to the World Series for the 4th time in the last 15 years. They beat the Astros 4-1 in Game 5 of the ALCS to take that series 4-1. They await the winner of the Dodgers-Brewers series. That continues with Game 6 tonight in Milwaukee. LA leads that one 3-2. Week 7 of the NFL season began last night with the Broncos putting a beat down on the Cardinals 45-10. Down in the desert, Arizona's rookie quarterback Josh Rosen became the first rookie quarterback to ever throw 2 pick sixes in the first quarter of a game. The Raiders are off this week, but the Niners are back home to take on the Rams at Levi Stadium. The Kings are back in action tonight as they take on the undefeated New Orleans Pelicans down in New Orleans. Our coverage begins on Sports 1140 with game night at 3:30, pregame at 4:30, and tip-off set for 5 o'clock. Also this weekend, your Sac Republic FC are in the USL playoffs. They open at home against the Swope Park Rangers Saturday at 7:30. So make sure to get out there to Papa Murphy's Park for that. Or you can listen to it right here on this radio station on Sports 1140. It's 6:31. Carpets Plus is having our fall sale. 25% off all of your flooring needs. Those are your top stories. And now back to the drive on Sports 1140 KHTK.
Here we go. The drive continues now.
Raffy at the plate. Here's the pitch. And he swings and hits one in the air to left field pretty well. Back goes Kemp. Back toward the wall. Looking up. And this ball is gone. 3-run homer. Raffy Devers. 4-0 Red Sox. Kimbrell at the belt. He fires. Swinging a fly ball left field. Benintendi moving back toward the wall. He reaches up, he makes the catch, and the Red Sox have won the American League pennant for the 14th time in their history.
I don't care about the Red Sox. I like when good teams advance.
Yeah, they're just...
If my
really
team's
good.
not in the fight and they're not the plucky underdog or whatever,
Yeah.
The Red Sox should be in the World Series. They're the best team in baseball.
Yep.
And again, if it's Milwaukee and the Red Sox, I'm rooting for the underdog. Of course I am. I'm rooting for the smaller market. Of course I am. Before we finish, or before we get into that, I got to tell you something just between you and I, since not a lot of people are listening. I did find something out yesterday that's very, very cool. A very, very dear friend of mine is now working, I'm going to be careful here. Is now working with your A's specifically, his job specifically, or her job, to help get the stadium thing done. Found that out yesterday. It's very cool. Very cool. So they're moving. They're serious. They're very serious.
Don't say moving.
That's a great point. They're not. They're trying to not move.
A very dear friend of mine is she's helping. He or she, whatever.
Yes.
Is helping to get the stadium thing done. They're moving.
You know, like
to Portland.
Right. Dun, 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 dun. You haven't seen Pulp Fiction.
I have.
You have. Okay, I got
multiple times actually.
Remember when the wolf got called in?
Yes.
Remember when the wolf got called in to clean up all the mess?
Yes.
Came in, it was just like, all right, this, and this, and this, and that, and that.
Yes.
This is the wolf. The wolf got called. They called the wolf.
Not a whale.
The wolf. Called the wolf. Very, very excited for you guys. I really am. I'm more excited for a new stadium than I've ever been. For you guys. More confident.
For the A's.
For the A's.
I thought you were talking about any new stadium. I was like,
just
that's
any new
definitely
stadium
not true.
at all. Yeah, no, the one a couple years ago might have beat that. Very excited. So I'm not saying we're gonna have inside info. Not saying you know. Yeah, God, you know, I try not to give hints, and then somebody on the text line grabs it. Yes, it's my good friend Pete D'Alessandro, former GM of the Kings. He's now on board.
Wow, very cool.
Right, I know. Hey, good. Oh, how do we go a whole show 34 minutes without this? Congratulations, Kyle Madson. I completely forgot. This is supposed to be the whole morning brew. I didn't write it down. That's why you write everything down, Kyle.
Oh, no.
Someone's big shot. Oh, who's the big shot? Kyle's big shot. Why is Kyle the big shot? Oh, because national talk hosts tweet back and forth with Kyle.
Oh, yes, that's right.
How about Kyle Madson getting
everybody.
his tweeted back by Jimmy freaking Fallon?
Thank you.
Jimmy Fallon asked Kyle a question. I think the question was something like, "What is this? What does this mean?"
There was the Kings in arena team when Jay Crowder was shooting a free throw, held up a bunch of big heads of Jimmy Fallon's face, and there was a photo of it on the internet, and so I grabbed it and I tweeted at Jimmy Fallon and I said, "Why is this?" And he retweeted it and said, "Huh?"
Oh yeah, he hunned you.
Yeah.
Huh? And then
So I was wondering if that was going to make his way onto his show. It did not.
It didn't. But it might. It might at some point.
It might get there.
I kind of think it will. That's a big deal. An NBA team is using your face, and Jimmy's pretty self-deprecating to distract people from hitting free throws. It's not like Southwestern Valley State did this. This is Sacramento Kings. They are an NBA team.
They are.
Technically.
They have uniforms and everything.
Good Major League reference.
Thank you.
Jimmy Fallon, then dear friend of the show and minority owner of the Kings and owner of NRG Sports, Andy Miller.
Oh, jeez.
Then followed up with a tweet with the picture, and Jimmy said, at first I thought it was photoshopped. This is great. And those tweets, let's see, Jimmy tweeted the one to Andy at 11:50 and the one to you at 11:49. So he saw those two in a row. This was, other than you getting tweeted at by Jimmy Fallon, this was the most, I found myself laughing, literally LOLing on my back porch while scrolling Twitter at this. This is how funny this was to me, and I don't think anybody else thought this was funny. But that set off a firestorm of people here tagging Jimmy Fallon and trying to get him to tweet them back. And he didn't tweet any of them back. They saw that he acknowledged it. So about 6 people that I know from Sacktown Royalty, I think somebody from the B, the Kings themselves. Next thing you know, in the next hour, I saw on my timeline, I'm not joking, like 30 people. They're like, oh, here's another angle of at Jimmy Fallon getting used to distract people. Or imagine at Jimmy Fallon being so great. And I'm watching this. I'm like, is he gonna tweet anyone? Please don't tweet anyone. And he didn't. You and Andy were the only ones he tweeted, and then he was done. But, dude, if you go back and you look at his mentions, starting right at that time, for the next hour, they were all from Sacramento. It was like, he's talking to people. And they just started tweeting the hell out of him. And I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, I know what you're all doing. I get it's fine. I've done it.
Of course. You're trying to get that retweet.
Yes, you're trying to get the retweet.
That's why I tagged him.
That was brilliant. Brilliant. Good for you. And
I'm
Charles
waiting
T. Hamilton had a viral tweet last night.
Did he?
I forget what it was, but he had like 300 retweets.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, Charles Hamilton. I mean, there's all kinds of social media stuff going on. Hey, the show was a rerun last night. Somebody says Jimmy Fallon. He's off this week. He'll probably bring it up next week. Anyways, congratulations, Kyle. You literally started the waterfall, the avalanche of tweets from what really kind of upset. The one guy I wanted him to respond to was the actual Kings Twitter account, and he didn't. Because the Kings did it too. Kings added him. Respond to the NBA account at least. Don't respond to Rick and Lodi, Bob in Tahoe Park. Anyways, the Red Sox are going to the World Series. It's the way it should be. I don't have a dog in the fight, but I kind of felt, I don't know why, I felt kind of sad for Justin Verlander. I have no reason to feel sad for Justin Verlander. Pretty nice life for Justin. He's got a fresh World Series ring on him, but he's going out there in Houston. He's the guy that's going to shut it down. He's the guy that's going to take the series back to Boston, and you got a chip in a chair and maybe a shot. And as I watched it, I went, you know what? He's got his good stuff. Like he did. He had his good stuff. And it just wasn't good enough against the Red Sox. They were just too good. This wasn't like an accident. It wasn't he had a bad day. It's just you see guys that you're used to seeing doing very well in those positions, and whether it's father time, whether it's just what was good enough last year, the Astros, not good enough this year because you got the Red Sox.
And that's what speaks volumes to me about how good this Red Sox team is, because this Astros team is so good. This Astros team is going to be right back there next year.
The Astros they're very almost certainly the second best team in Major League Baseball.
Right. If you took the Red Sox out of the equation, like if the Red Sox didn't exist, you had 29 teams, the Astros blow through the American League.
Another year, the Chicago Cubs have not won the World Series, though, since they won the World Series. Why is that significant? I own a piece of a championship ring. Did I ever tell you this of the Chicago Cubs? I bought a piece of it. Bought a piece of a ring. Me and some friends went in on it, like the ring, like not the little.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
the ring, right? We all bought a piece of it, hoping to just hold on to it, and then in about 5 years sell it off. Still hasn't moved. It's still the same price we bought it for. It kind of sucks. So I don't care about the Cubs. From the 209, God, been around too long, dude. Dave, remember Steve Carell wished you a happy birthday? That tops Jimmy Fallon. I completely forgot about that. Steve Carell wished me a happy birthday on the radio once upon a time. It wasn't even on my own show. It's on another show I was on. No, we're not taking a break, Kyle. We're going to talk about Steve Carell wishing me a happy birthday for an hour.
Okay, you have 7 seconds.
Honestly, I think Jimmy Fallon's better. I think that's more. He's more relevant than Steve Carell. Steve Carell had some show.
I'd prefer the Steve Carell one.
Would you really?
Yeah.
Wow. When we get back, the Broncos beat the Cardinals. Niners versus Ram. Just one of them this Sunday. We'll talk about that and more. Get into some football next on The Drive. Sports 1140 KHTK.
The Drive continues now.
On a second down 11. Snap, quick throw, deflected line of scrimmage, and intercepted. That's Todd Davis. Davis to the goal line. Touchdown, Denver. How about shotgun for the rookie quarterback at UCLA. 2 receivers on each side of the formation now. Denver will bring 6. Rosen, quick throw. Ball will be intercepted. Chris Harris Jr., 45-40. Chris is on the loose. 30, 25, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Denver. 3rd down and 4 from the 43. Rosen again in the gun. Denver brings 5 this time. Rosen avoids pressure, tries to step away. Now the ball is knocked free, and it is loose. They scramble for it. It's still loose. It picked up by the Broncos, and that is, I think they're going to say Denver. That is DeMarcus Walker, his first game active this season. Rosen shotgun snap. He's hit as he throws. Deep ball, and Roby is there, and Bradley Roby makes the interception. Rosen hit, and the ball knocked free, and Von Miller has it. He tries to scoop it up. He does. Miller has it, and he's tackled inside the 15-yard line of the Cardinals. Second strip sack of the game for Von Miller.
Got to find ways to get this thing corrected and corrected soon. You guys going to ask me about changes? That's premature to talk about any changes right now. Everybody's going to be evaluated across the board. As I said before, we got to find ways to get this thing moving in the right direction. Not acceptable. Our fans deserve better.
Oh, Mama said there'd be days like this, Josh Rosen.
Hey, I call him Josh Frozen because he should let it go after that game.
More like Josh Frozen in the pocket. I mean, he was
more like Josh Crozen because that was awful.
I said
I'm sorry.
Damn it, Kyle.
That's a promo.
It's not a promo.
No, it's not.
It might be. I said before this year, I'm going to pat myself on the back, and you can go ahead and send this to our buddy Old Takes Exposed. There are certain rules I have with certain quarterbacks.
Ooh, okay, this is going to be fascinating.
Yeah, it is.
I'm really interested to hear this.
As you know my rule of the name, right? Like, generally, with very few exceptions like Roethlisberger, you've got to have a quarterback name to be a successful quarterback.
I agree.
Brady, Montana, Young, Marino, Favre even Favre, Rodgers, Unitas, Starr. Now, Rosen is a fine name. Doesn't. You also have to have the look of a quarterback. Josh Rosen.
Do you?
Josh Rosen, not always, but Josh Rosen looks like Jay Cutler's more disinterested little brother.
Hey, it's time to visit MaidaChevy.com and see who's made a great deal at Maida. What do Peyton and Eli Manning look like?
They look like quarterbacks. They look like quarterbacks who were raised on a farm.
No, they look like dummies.
Okay, listen. I'm going to turn my computer around here for you. I'm going to show this to the, audio-only listeners. I'm going to show this to the camera. There's no way this guy is ever
I disagree entirely.
a successful quarterback.
I could not disagree more. He looks like that. If you had told me that's Jared Goff, I would have been like, oh, okay.
He looks like a disinterested Jay Cutler.
Nope.
You know what it is, and I say this as a member of the club, he's got the droopy eyes. He's got the eyes that just, you always look tired. It's not good. It's Josh Rosen's not the answer in Arizona. I can tell you that right now. If I was on Arizona radio, it's the first thing I'd say. I'd say, hey, listen.
I think
he's not the guy.
I don't think that's particularly fair. That team sucks.
It does.
And he's done a lot of really, really good stuff.
What did he do?
That shows.
What has he done?
He's very composed.
Okay.
He's made some really terrific throws. I think it's just going to be a matter of maturation for him, and having more than one player to throw to. Because this Cardinals team, it ain't it, Chief.
Yeah, no, I get you there. And I'm going to go back to
I think you are way jumping the gun on Josh Rosen.
I jumped the gun on him before he played an NFL down.
No, I know, but you're patting yourself on the back after 4 games. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
You know what? From now on, Josh Rosen watch on the show.
That's fine.
Josh Rosen watch on the show.
That's fine. I am Josh Rosen Hive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. In the Hive, huh?
I'm excited to ask Sean Salisbury about this. Sean Salisbury's going to agree with me.
You have to have the look. Oh, just ask him about Josh Rosen.
Yeah. Book it that he agrees with me. Patting myself on the back.
I think Josh Rosen. I think Sean. Like Sean always says what's on his mind, right? I think Sean has a soft spot for young quarterbacks.
I think he is very pro quarterback.
And he should be. He works with them. He's a quarterback coach. Yeah, he's literally a quarterback coach. So I don't know if even if Josh Rosen wasn't going to work out, other than for the dumb reasons I just brought up, I don't know that Sean would be like, yeah, this guy's trash.
You would be able to tell by his answer, though. If he was like, he has to work on this and get better.
What if we ask him to rank Josh Rosen in the big rookie quarterback class? What if we do it that way?
Yeah, rank this year's quarterback.
So we've got Darnold, we've got Rosen, we've got Allen.
Mayfield and Jackson. Those are the 5 first-rounders.
My prediction is Rosen will be, that's 5. I say he'll be in the bottom 2. If he's in the bottom 2, do I win? If he's top 3, you win?
Yeah.
You win this round.
Yeah. I think he goes Mayfield, Darnold, Rosen.
Mayfield.
Yeah, that's
Darnold.
exactly what he's going to do.
He might go Darnold. I know
he might go Darnold.
Loves Darnold.
Okay, he might go Darnold, Mayfield, Rosen.
I think he'll go. I agree with you. I think he'll go Rosen third.
Hey, imagine if he comes in and he's like, after last night, Rosen's number one for me.
I thought you were going to say, after last night, Rosen is trash. And guys, I got to tell you,
they cut him.
You have to have the look of a quarterback.
He's like, you see his eyes? They're kind of droopy eyes. Dave, you've got the.
We've talked about this. Like, Joey Harrington was never going to make it.
Because he went by Joey. Matthew Ryan would have been a way better quarterback. Like Matt Ryan's a good quarterback, don't get me wrong. But he would have a Super Bowl if his name was Matthew.
You know the one we always missed on, though, was Jeff George. Never forgive myself for that. Jeff George was a for sure, Hall of Fame caliber quarterback.
On Jeff George.
You were like 3.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Jeff George
I was evaluating
college,
quarterbacks. I was like, all he has is a big arm.
We'll take a break.
Jeff George, not a quarterback name.
When we come, Jeff George, that's a quarterback name. That's a great name. Jeff George of the Indianapolis Colts.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. And then again, people with the last name George generally, they're all wet.
I don't know anybody with the last name George. So
when we come back, somebody want to know if we talked about Nick Stauskas yet? No, we didn't. I'm sure we will. The Kings, Pelicans tonight, and LeBron made his debut. We'll get into some NBA right after this on Sports 1140 KHTK.